this video, we're going to show how to put slip-ons on a 2013 Harley Davidson Softail Deluxe. Margaret wants a little more noise out of her bike. Stock mufflers are on there right now, and so we bought her some new ones, and we're going to just show you how to put them on. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start the bike up and to get some sound of the stock mufflers, and then later we'll get sound, get some video with the new ones once we're done. Okay, so we're going to start them up. I'm going to let it run for a little bit, give it a little gas. I don't want to go too long because the pipes will get hot and then we'll have to wait for it to cool down. Alright, so that's how it sounds with the stock mufflers. Alright, first thing we're going to do is there's a bracket under here that holds the mufflers on. It's going to be kind of hard to see. I'm going to try to zoom in on it here. And there's 4 bolts. There we go. 2 for each muffler. And we're going to reach under there and take those off with a 3/8 inch wrench. It's not easy to get under there, but you can. Just got to work with it a little bit. Alright, so I'm just kind of laying down, getting my 3/8 inch wrench on there. Make sure I'm going loosening it. Trying to keep my hands out of the way so you can see it. I'm just going to show you one so you'll know. There it goes. So that was right there, and then we got to take the other 3 out. So we got the 4 bolts off of this bracket. You can kind of see the bracket from here. Now we got to take these 2 off, and these are what hold the slip-ons onto your pipes. I'm using an impact wrench, the 9/16, just easier, quicker to get them off. And you've got some washers and spacers that come out with that too. It will also help if you get a big old screwdriver. Come in here and kind of spread that out. That'll spread it out from around the pipe and help make it easier to get off of there. There we go. Another thing you can do at this point is you can come in into the top, and you can spray a little WD-40 in there too, because these things can get fused on pretty hard, just rusted on if you've if it's been on the road for any length of time. So you get that done, and you just get in here. For the most part, you got to just manhandle them off, shake them, turn them, and they will come off.
My bike is rolling.
Oh, it is. Almost there. There you go. And there's one of the mufflers. Okay, that was pretty tough. We're going to go ahead and put a little WD-40 in there. It'll help work it in there to get it out. Okay, I'm going to start doing this one here too. There you go. There's your second muffler off. You will need to take the clamps off, slide them off. Again, it ain't easy. Okay, because you're going to use those for your new slip-ons. So here's the new ones. Obviously they're a lot smaller. You can actually kind of see through them. Hopefully you can see that in the video. And then if you take the old one, the old muffler, there's absolutely nothing to see through. So she's going to get a lot more sound out of this. Now with most of the slip-ons, you don't have to do any kind of stage 1 upgrade. You usually don't have to do that if you're going to put pipes on from your heads on back, but the slip-ons you don't have to. And we're not going to get into that today either. There is a certain way these pipes go on. If you look at this, the mounts are offset. That's because one of them goes on top, one goes on the bottom. They're not. You can't just stick them either one at the top or bottom. So we'll have to look at that when we get them over to the bike and see which one goes where. Okay, so we're gonna use our clamps. So what you can do is you can take it with your hands and you can just kind of pull it out, because you're gonna have to get it over that slip on, and it's still not easy. There we go. Just work it on. There you are. Okay. Then we're ready to slip it on. So it's going to be kind of hard to see the pipe because your heat shield's on here, but that's okay. So, because basically all you're doing, you're going to slip it on. And you may have to turn this because it's got to get behind the heat shield. There you go. Slide it on until your holes line up back here on the bracket for your screws that go in from behind. Okay, so then we're going to take our bolts that hold it onto the bracket. We're not going to tighten this yet. I'm going to do the bottom first. It's just easier to get to that way. And come in from behind, and you're going to just have to work it until you can feel that bolt go into your header mount. Sorry, your slip-on mount. Okay, once you get those bolts in, you can go ahead and tighten those. We're going to go ahead and we're going to leave this off for right now and get our other one prepared. So again, if you pull that out, it'll make it easier to get on. If you hold it up there, you're going to want that to be towards the bottom so you'll know where to put it, because once you get it on, it's kind of hard to twist it around. So if you kind of like pre-fit your angle and then set that on, you'll know kind of where it's going to be on your slip-on. Then we got the other one on. I sprayed a little tiny bit of WD-40 on there just to make it slide on there a little bit easier. Same thing, slide it on. Get this, get your clamp under the heat shield and start working it on until you line up your bracket with the holes in the slip-on. It's not easy. You really got to reach up in there with the bolt and feel around, and you'll have to move the slip-on around to get it to go in. Once you get the 4 bolts on that hold the slip-on onto this bracket here, you may have to adjust your clamps. You can do that with a pair of channel locks. Just grab it here on the outside. You can rotate it and slide it forwards or backwards to get it to towards the end of the slip-on, in preparation to tighten them down. And also if you need to get it into a different position around that slip-on as well. Okay, and then we take the components. We got this convex part goes on the inside. You get a washer, and then you get your nut. You do that on both of them. Trying to keep my hands out of the way here, but it's near impossible. And then we're gonna put them back on. All right, there we go. Slip-ons are on. Now, one of the things that is extremely critical with this is your hands are going to get oily and stuff. And these are cold right now, and that's fine. So you want to go over these pipes real good now with some cleaner and dry them off, because if you start this thing up, with oil or solvents or anything like that on here, or fingerprints, it'll burn those fingerprints into this. So you don't want to do that for the first time. You want to get them cleaned up, maybe some chrome polish on them before you ever even let them get hot, so you don't have those permanent scars or markings in your slip-ons. So we're going to do that next. All right, so I'm stepping back out of the way on this. This is Margaret's bike, so I'm going to let her do this. So she's just going to clean them real good with some Windex first. That'll help break through any of the oils and get the fingerprints off. And then she's going to go ahead and put some chrome polish on them, and they'll be ready to start up at this point. Now, I wanted to make a mention of the reason why we got to clean this so well is because the slip-ons don't have a heat shield. This is actually a shield over the pipe, so it never gets as hot as the pipe itself, which means you won't burnish anything on there. That's direct pipe, and it's going to get direct pipe heat. The old mufflers that were on there had heat shields on them as well, so it wasn't so critical, you know, if those things weren't clean, because the shield was going to, absorb or break that heat from burning anything on there. But the slip-ons don't have that heat shield. All right, so Margaret's got them all cleaned up. And I forgot to mention, these are Cycle Shack Slashdowns too, by the way. And so we're going to move the camera around to the back now and start the bike up and listen to it afterwards. Here we go. Okay, so yeah, that's a whole lot louder. I think she's going to be maybe a little over happy with that one. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope it helps you. You know, if you want some slip-ons, that's how to do it. It's pretty much the same on all bikes. You know, I did my Street Glide with some Vance and Hines, and it's pretty much the same. The mounting brackets might change from bike to bike, but that's about it, with some, you know, just some little tips like the cleaning and you know, the WD-40 to get them to slip off easier. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the video, and for more videos like this, you know, related to bikes and maintenance, you know, subscribe to my channel or visit rumblingrider.com.